chloroplast, it gives the plant the green color and absorb sunlight. احنا اتكلمنا على الكلوروبلاست دوت اللي يخضر او المادة الخضراء في النبات، وهي بتدي النبات اللون الاخضر، وهي اللي بتمتص absorb sun A light. هل في فيديو يوريها لي شكلها عاملة ازاي؟ نشوف الفيديو ده مع بعض.
Chloroplasts structure. At the end of this module you will be able to describe the ultrastructure of chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are membrane-bound organelles that act as the main centers for photosynthesis. Cup-shaped in chlamydomonas, ribbon-shaped and spirally coiled in spirogyra, and star-shaped in zygnema. In higher plants, most chloroplasts are nearly spherical or ovoidal in shape. Like most organelles in a eukaryotic cell, chloroplasts are surrounded by a bilayered, such as the integral membrane proteins, which regulate the passage of small molecules like sugars in and out of the chloroplast.
كده شفنا فيديو سريع على الكلوروبلاست اللي هي الجرين كولر اللي بيقول absorb sun A light. فوتوسينيسيس بروسيس اللي اتكلمنا عليها من شويه. الفوتوسينيسيس دي مالها؟ قال لك a biological process take place، عمليه حيويه in the green parts of the plant to make its own food، حتى تصنع ايه؟ غذائها. وبعدين قال لك the necessary factors for the photosynthesis process، العناصر الأساسية لعملية البناء الضوئي هي عبارة عن ايه؟ sunlight اللي هي light energy، sunlight light energy، chloroplast اللي absorb light energy، وشفنا الفيديو بتاعها من شوية. البلاستات الخضراء ضرورية لأن هي اللي absorb sunlight. بعد CO2 جاز اللي هو ثاني أكسيد الكربون دوت من الاير، بتاخده من الغلاف الجوي. وبعدين ووتر اند سالتس اللي هي الماء والاملاح، بتاخدهم من سويل من الايه؟ التربه. العوامل الاربعه ديت اللي هي النيسيسري فاكتور فور ذا فوتوسينثيسيس بروسيس. تعال نشوف كده فيديو يوضح الكلام ده.
Photosynthesis. Let's learn about photosynthesis. Plants make their food with the help of many things. Plants get their raw material for photosynthesis from the soil, the air, and the sun. Oh look! It started raining! When it rains, water gets absorbed into the soil. The plants take in the water from the soil through its roots. In the roots, there are tubes, which are called the xylem and the phloem. The xylem lies towards the interior part of the root, whereas the phloem lies towards the exterior part of the root. These tubes help in bringing water and minerals from the soil to its leaves. Leaves breathe in carbon dioxide from tiny pores, which are called stomata, which are on the underside of the leaf. The stomatas are like the windows in the room for plants because it allows air to get in. And here comes the sun, one more important factor for photosynthesis. So, now we know plants need 3 things for photosynthesis: carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. Now the process will start. Most of the action takes place in the leaves of the plant. If we cut a leaf and observe it under a microscope, we see that right below the outer layer of cells, there is a layer of soft, elongated cells called mesophyll cells. Inside the mesophyll cells, we see tiny nodes, which are called chloroplast. Chloroplast contains a special chemical called chlorophyll. It is chlorophyll which colors the leaves green. Chlorophyll absorbs red and blue light from the sunlight that falls on leaves. Therefore, the light reflected by the leaves is diminished in red and blue and appears green. When the light energy from the sun is captured by the chloroplast, it's stored in stalks called a granum, in which is a thylakoid membrane. In these membranes, the chemical reaction of photosynthesis takes place. Ate for itself and is distributed to all parts of the body. and oxygen is a waste gas, which the plants breathe out. People and animals use this very oxygen to breathe and continue living. We, in turn, exhale the carbon dioxide needed by plants, and the cycle continues. Subscribe to us for
ثاني
more
أكسيد
cool
الكربون
videos.
بياخده النبات وبيطلع لنا الأكسجين. شفنا احنا عملية الفوتوسينيسيس وعرفنا الحاجات الضرورية sunlight كلوروبلاست والسي او 2 ووتر اند ايه سولت. الفوتوسينيسيس ستيبس بقى الخطوات بتاعتها تاني بنقولها بقى، احنا شفناها كصورة. the plant absorb light energy from the sun، نقولها كده بسرعة بتمتصها. water and salts from the soil، الكربون دايوكسيد from air، الكربون دايوكسيد من الاير. plant produce، طب النبات بقى بينتج ايه؟ بينتج حاجتين. اول حاجة كربوهيدرات ستريتش اور شوجر، النشا والسكر اللي بيستفيد منه النبات في النمو. حاجة تانية الاكسجين جاز اللي بيتنفسه الايه؟ الانسان. يبقى البلانت بروديوس ايه بقى؟ كربوهيدرات ستريتش اور شوجر اكسجين جاز. give reason السبب. the potted a plant inside houses should be directed to sunlight، يعني النباتات لما تتحط في البيوت يجب أن تكون متجهة مباشرة للشمس. ليه السبب بقى؟ because sunlight is necessary for the plant to make its own food، لأن الشمس ضرورية necessary for the plant to make its own food. طيب باي فوتوسينيسيس ايه بروسيس؟ العمليه دي اسمها الفوتوسينيسيس بروسيس. طيب امال لو ما فيش بقى sunlight ايه اللي هيحصل؟ تعال نشوف الفيديو ده كده.
Now in the next practical that we can do, we want to, the aim of the practical is to see whether light is indeed necessary for photosynthesis. Now what would we need? We would need a destarched potted plant, a plant that has been left in a dark cupboard for about 48 hours, and you will see that we have now placed foil over parts of the leaf,
دي تجربة
blocking
بنغطي
out
بعض أجزاء
light
النبات
under the
نحجبها
foil.
عن الضوء بأي
You can
طريقة أو
decide
أي وسيلة.
exactly what pattern you would like to make. What you would also need is all the apparatus that you have used previously to test for the presence of starch in a green leaf. The method of this practical would be, once you have destarched the plant and covered parts of those leaves, you would allow this pot plant, after testing for the presence of starch, we will see the following. After doing the test for starch, the last step in the test of starch is when we place iodine solution